I didn't have to make this fight. This fight, I could have just stayed at 135 pounds, sat comfortable at 35. I don't feel like no fighter at 135 can beat me. I made this fight happen because I know Teo is one of the guys at 140. He got a big name in the sport. He got a big resume, big accomplishments. I know there's gonna be some doubt with people and fans when I go fight this guy. Gonna be people that really believe that this guy is gonna beat me. I'm not on the level that I think I am and I say I am, so I made this fight for that reason. My competitive edge kind of kicked in when I wanted to make this fight.
Keyshawn Davis has shocked the fighting world with his bold prediction. He thinks the upcoming fight between Shakur Stevenson and champion Teofimo Lopez will be much more one-sided than people expect. This has made many Teofimo fans feel worried.
I feel like Shakur's gonna beat him fairly easy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Teo know exactly who he's facing. And I just feel like Shakur is just so focused, so locked in. But not only that, I just feel like his IQ is just on a whole nother level. Shakur IQ is crazy, for real. And he's gonna show that, January 31st, he's gonna show that he levels ahead of.
Davis says the fight on January 31st at Madison Square Garden will not be a wild back-and-forth battle. Instead, he believes Shakur Stevenson will put on a calm and smart performance and win with surprising ease. The Davis camp sounds very confident, showing they see something in this matchup that others may be missing. He explains that while Lopez knows how tough this fight will be, there is a mental gap between the two fighters. Davis says Stevenson comes into the ring fully focused and mentally locked in, which sets him apart from everyone else. More than anything, he believes Stevenson's boxing intelligence is on another level, and fans are about to see just how high that level really is.
Of a prodigy, he's always been. Talk to us about that level of special to the level of special that we're seeing now from Shakur Stevenson.
This big fight is the main event of the Ring 6 card and has fans very excited. It will be shown live on DAZN and pay-per-view. The fight takes place at the famous Madison Square Garden in New York City, making the moment even more special. For Teofimo Lopez, this is another chance to defend his WBO super lightweight title in a city where he has already made history. On the other side, Shakur Stevenson wants to make history of his own by moving up in weight and winning a world title in his 4th division. This fight could define both of their legacies as they battle to see who truly rules the 140-pound division.
Surprising would it be for you to get a knockout next Saturday?
It won't be surprising for me. Honestly, it won't be surprising at all when the outcome is my hand raised. I'd be more like, what did people expect? I'm just not a athletic person or fighter. If that was the case, bring all the athletes from different worlds of their own sport and bring them into the boxing and see if they could do what I do. It's really skills. It's really the love and the passion I have for the sport of boxing and what I want to become and who I want to be seen as to the next generation. This fight is really important, Andreas. This fight is very important as far as setting a good example for the next generation.
Both fighters took different paths to reach this moment, but each looked very impressive. Lopez last fought in May, when he faced Arnold Barboza Jr. in the middle of Times Square. He won by unanimous decision and reminded everyone why he is such a dangerous fighter at super lightweight. Stevenson, on the other hand, is coming off a strong performance in July that many called a classic showing. He easily outboxed William Zepeda with sharp skill and control, sending a clear message to the division. That one-sided win proved that Stevenson is adjusting perfectly to the higher weight class.
I'm fighting a road runner in the Coyote.
You chose me. I ain't choose you. You chose me. So I'm gonna tell you straight the F up. You can go back to 135. We'll send you back to lightweight. You still got your WBC belt. You're gonna be fine. Shakur will fall.
Not everyone in boxing is ready to count the champion out. Oscar de la Hoya, who has a lot of experience fighting in many weight classes and promoting big events, has shared a more calm and thoughtful view of this fight. He says Shakur Stevenson's style is like a puzzle that is very hard to solve. De La Hoya explains that Stevenson controls distance so well and uses his lead hand in a way that frustrates every opponent he faces. His strong defense and smooth movement make him very hard to hit. Still, De La Hoya believes that if there is one active fighter with the right skills to break that style, it is Teofimo Lopez.
It's going to be a great, you know what, Teo's a hell of a fighter. I love Teo, but I love Shakur. his style is almost impossible to break. But if there's a fighter who can break it, it's Teo.
Joining the list of expert opinions is Conor Benn, and he strongly supports the champion. Benn's view comes from his own recent comeback and his hunger for big fights ahead. After rebuilding his career with a powerful win in his rematch against Chris Eubank Jr., Benn is now studying the sport very closely. To Benn, this fight is the biggest test of Shakur Stevenson's career. He wants to see how the smart southpaw handles real pressure when it comes from a hard puncher who is fearless and willing to take chances.
Talking about good promoters, Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, I need your thoughts. That's a great fight. So what's your thoughts on that fight?
I'm running with. We'll see what Shakur's made of. I feel like I would back Teo. I'd back Teo. Yeah.
The legendary Shane Mosley has also shared his thoughts, going deep into the fight details that could decide the night. Mosley, who has won titles in multiple weight classes, believes this bout will be like a chess match between two very different minds inside the ring. He says both fighters think differently, and that makes the matchup even more interesting. Mosley points out that Stevenson may be the most tactical fighter in boxing today, someone who makes it extremely hard for opponents to land clean punches. His movement, timing, and defense frustrate everyone he faces. Still, Mosley is quick to remind fans not to underestimate Lopez's defense. He explains that Lopez moves very well, stays alert, and is more aware of danger than many people realize.
You know, it's a really great fight.
Series that you want to check out.
Really technical, really,
they really showcase
really good and hard to hit. But at the same time, Lopez is not that easy either, and he fought really good fighters like Lomachenko and other guys that I'm not sure Shakur fought yet. So I think this is the fight you have to see what's going to happen, because it's not like Teofimo Lopez is going to go right to him and just like not move his head or nothing. So it's going to be a difficult fight for Shakur Stevenson as well. So
massive opportunity to take on
spectacular fight. I would love to see that one see what happens. I can't say which one will win. I would probably lean towards Shakur because, you know, he's probably a good, better boxer, but that doesn't mean that he's going to be able to beat up people in a 12-round fight where he's got a lot of different moves too as well. So we'll see.
Shawn Porter, another former champion known for his tough style and sharp boxing mind, believes this fight could go either way. To him, this is a true 50-50 matchup when you look at it on paper. He says both fighters have the skills to win, which makes the fight very hard to predict. Porter focuses on how consistent each fighter is. He explains that on his best day, Teofimo Lopez is a scary opponent for anyone in the world and can look completely unstoppable. At the same time, Porter points out that Lopez has sometimes struggled to adjust during fights. He says mental issues or slow changes in strategy have caused weaker performances against fighters like Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz.
Rumor has it, it's coming. But we got Shakur versus Teo.
Okay.
I got to get your opinion on that one.
It's just it's so hard, man. On Teo's best day, he's kind of unstoppable. I don't know if it's that he gets in his own way. I don't know if it's that he doesn't adjust well. I'm really not sure what it is, but we've seen flaws in his game. We haven't seen any flaws in Shakur's game. Everyone would say his offense is his flaw because he's not offensive enough and stuff like that. Psh, get out of here. The kid's beautiful. When he gets in the ring, beautiful. When he gets out of the ring, that smile don't change at all, you know? And, so that being said, man, I think with Shakur, you got to be able to rough him up. You got to be able to get out of the way of what's coming after you rough him up. And one thing that I really like about Teo is his explosiveness. You know, he has the ability to just be on top of you and be unpredictable. If he's using that, it's gonna be a great fight. But at the moment, I would say 60-40 for Shakur.
Okay.
O'Shaquie Foster gives one of the most technical reasons why this fight could be dangerous for the undefeated Stevenson. After spending many rounds sparring with him, Foster understands exactly how Stevenson works in the ring. He explains that Stevenson does his best when he is the better athlete. Foster says that when Stevenson is faster and more agile than his opponent, he looks almost perfect and very hard to beat. However, he also points out that when Stevenson faces someone who can match his speed and strength, small weaknesses begin to appear.
You said, my opinion on him and Tio?
Yeah, do you think he beats him? Because essentially, if he beats him, I assume he would probably stay at 140 then.
Nah, styles make fights. I don't know. I don't really see. I think that's a bad style matchup for Shakur.
Really? You're like the 10th person that's told me this. I kid you not. Like, it's just because I know the obvious people will feel like Shakur's undefeated. He's a defensive fighter. Tio's kind of struggled with the boxer, but I've just talked to someone again today. Like, everyone favors kind of like Tio for some reason, just from what I've talked to. So why is that? Because you sparred Shakur, and I guess you would know better. So I mean,
Shakur, he likes to be the most athletic guy in the ring. When he's not, he has problems. Shakur kinda, he's a right-handed fighting out of southpaw stance. So when you meeting guys like that's athleticism that fight with their strong hand in the back, you're gonna have to rely on more than just your jab and the rangefinder. You know what I mean? Like, you tell me, do he got a solid left hand?
I mean, I haven't been punched.
You seen him throw it. You seen him throw it, but you've never seen him hurt or knock nobody out with it. So I just think when you meet certain guys, that's why I say the style. You meet certain guys, you're gonna have to rely on both of them things, both of them hands. You know what I mean? And I just think it's a bad style matchup for him.
Amir Khan, another former champion, is very excited about this fight. After spending time in the gym with Lopez and working with him on the pads, Khan has seen his skills up close. This has given him a strong respect for Lopez's physical abilities. Khan believes many fans underestimate the technical side of Lopez's boxing. He says people focus too much on Lopez's personality and punching power, and they miss how skilled and smart he really is in the ring.
The fight between Stevenson and Lopez, what a fight. Who wins that? Lopez. You think Stevenson? Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him, I've had him on the pod, he bangs hard, he's a good all-round boxer, slick. A lot of people don't give him the credit for how good of a boxer he is. Look, he's the type of guy I know about Lopez is that when he has to turn it up, he turns it up. And I think with someone like Shakur, he will have to turn it up big time. And obviously Shakur, we've not really seen him in the deep end. Look at Lopez, he's fought the likes of Lomachenko. He's beaten some great names on the way.
Abel Sanchez, the famous trainer who worked with Gennady Golovkin, sees this fight as both exciting and important. He knows some people worry the two styles will make the fight slow and boring. But Sanchez says the action depends mostly on Teofimo Lopez. He believes that for this fight to be great, Lopez must take the lead and push Stevenson out of his comfort zone. Sanchez thinks Lopez won't just sit back for 12 rounds. His pride and desire to be a superstar will make him attack. If Lopez fights smart and aggressive, Stevenson will have to do more than just jab, creating the exciting skill exchanges fans want to see. Sanchez expects Lopez to be the aggressor, which he says is the key to making the fight entertaining.
Shakur's a great talent, and Teofimo looked great in his last fight. Of course, he didn't have Shakur in front of him, but I think that for Shakur, he has to keep the fight at his distance. If he does that, I think it's a win for him. Teofimo, he's more, he wants to draw you in, he wants to counterpunch. He's gonna have to be a different guy this time. He's gonna have to attack. He's gonna have to be leading the fight, or else it's gonna be a boring fight. I don't think it'll be a boring fight, but if he sits back and waits for Shakur's gonna wait for him, then it's not gonna be exciting. But I think Teofimo will attack. I think Teofimo has to attack. I think Teofimo has to do what Zepeda did, except for Teofimo's a lot more talented than Zepeda was.
Finally, Tim Bradley looks at this fight from the view of boxing history and pound-for-pound rankings. He compares it to famous fights in the past, where two top fighters met at their best. Bradley points out that Stevenson has been more consistent recently, but whoever wins this fight will rise quickly in the world rankings. He calls it a defining moment for boxing, a rare chance where two young top fighters risk everything to show they are the best.
So look, y'all might perceive this fight as being boring and this and that. This is going to be one hell of a technical battle that I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see this battle. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because what y'all going to witness is, I'm going to tell you right now what you're going to witness. You're going to witness fundamentals, great fundamentals, versus that explosive stuff. You know what I'm saying? That explosive stuff. So, like, let me give you a prime example. Not to this degree, but Antonio Tarver, Roy Jones. Tarver had them fundamentals down. Roy didn't had them fundamentals down. Now, I understand what happened. Now, yeah, look, if Teofimo Lopez, he get out of line and he want to run in there that fire and he get his behind caught, just like Norman Jr. got his behind caught, talking about, oh, he can't punch. Oh, he can find himself picking himself off of the canvas too. Yeah, talking about Shakur can't punch. I don't see many guys just running in there on Shakur. But anyways, look, y'all already know what it is. Position, timing, right? Hitting the dude when he don't see something coming. That's power. Or hitting the dude when he coming in. That's power. Yeah, that's power. Yeah, if you didn't know, now you damn know. But anyways, y'all heard me.
As January 31st gets closer, the debate heats up. From Keyshawn Davis saying Stevenson will have an easy night, to O'Shaquie Foster's technical warnings, and Amir Khan's excitement about Lopez's power, boxing fans are split. The only sure thing is that when the bell rings at Madison Square Garden, all the predictions will be tested. Whether Stevenson shows a smart, tactical fight or Lopez dominates with power, fans are in for a night that will be remembered for years.